Hey, welcome to Rockin the Arts with my co-host Mike Ferrara. It's a little show that we do that showcases the various mediums of art within the Hudson Valley.
Well, that's right, Cowboy. And today we're lucky enough to have two bluesmen. We're showcasing the blues. We have two bluesmen, real live bluesmen from the Hudson Valley area. On our far left, we have, well, we can't say with the sunglasses because all bluesmen wear sunglasses. So we have George Ennis on the left. And right next to George, and to my left and to George's right, is Carlos Taborda. Am I correct, Carlos?
Yes.
Welcome, guys. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having
Nice
us.
to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So, obviously you guys are musicians, and what instruments do you play? Do you play anything besides guitars? We see you have some guitars here.
Yeah, I play a little harmonica and mainly steel-bodied guitar and pick anything that has strings on it, really.
Me too. Anything with strings, bass, banjo, violin, fiddle.
George, what influenced you to be a blues musician? Anybody in particular? Any?
Wow. I'd say the one single incident that had a profound emotional effect on me was hearing Stormy Monday on live at the Fillmore. It actually brought me to tears.
By the Altman Brothers?
By the Allman Brothers.
Well, everybody's on that one, too. Who was the British guy that did that, too?
John Mayall.
John Mayer, yeah.
Mayall.
So it's been done by so many great songs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but none of them had an effect on me, like Dickie Betts and Dwayne.
Yeah.
Carlos, you're compared to us old cats, you're a pretty young guy, and there's not a lot of young guys that are really into the blues, and you are.
Yeah.
If you could sit down with anybody and jam with them, who would you want to sit with? Besides me, of course.
That's a powerful question. Yeah, I have a quick little story that I did get to meet one of my greatest influences only a couple weeks ago at Bridgewater. It was in Collinsville, Connecticut, and I got to sit down and meet John Hammond Jr. and really profound
Nice.
effect, and he's done a lot of great things with various different artists from all the way from early Chicago stuff in the 50s and 60s. But anyhow, he was one that I wanted to meet, and I'm happy I did get to fulfill that. We even got to play Terraplane Blues after his show, and I sat down and shook hands with him. He signed my guitar and everything. And but I'd say if there's someone who's deceased and who I would love to, hang out with and play, who had a great effect on me and who influences me still today is someone like a Blind Willie McTell or somebody like that.
Blind Willie McTell. How come they all have like afflictions, bluesmen?
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
Oh, they have
Willie-
tons of
Crippled Joe
afflictions.
Smith.
wait, do you have a blues name? Because if you don't, I'm going to
We're going to give you one today. That's right.
You
Right.
give me a name of an affliction, like you can't use deaf though. Maybe blind, poor,
Not even
wheezy.
tone deaf. Tone deaf.
Give me a name. I'm gonna give you guys a blues name.
I've always
Okay.
gone under Buster Mojo when I was.
Okay, we say Buster because that's like a bro. And then you need a name of a fruit. You have a name of a fruit?
Lemon.
Bruce.
So you got Buster Lemon. How about a president's name? Can't use Obama.
Was Bush a president?
How about Clinton? So we got what? Buster Lemon Clinton. All right, that's your blues name. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
wait, there's another way I heard to do it, but I think this is a porno name. You take the name of your first dog, of your first pet, and then the first street you lived on, and you combine that. Like mine would be Champ Middleton. That's
go.
pretty good, right?
It's not bad.
Doesn't work for the blues though, right? Unless it's Blind Champ Middleton, right?
There you go.
You speaking of getting your guitar signed, we play in public a lot on these big festivals and farms, and we had a pretty famous guitar player come walking by, and his name was Bernie Williams. He was probably known for something else too, but I had nothing for him to sign. I grabbed a pumpkin and he signed it, but the thing rotted, so that didn't work too good. Anyway, so I always hear in the blues about this crossroads, the famous crossroads.
Isn't that in Mississippi, I think?
I don't know where it is, but
Yeah, it's Mississippi. This is folklore debate now. The big business for the crossroads and the blues developed in Clarksdale at Route 68 and Route 49,
Clarksdale.
Mississippi. And there has been major debate as to whether or not the real Crossroads was there, because a lot of business interest, you know, there's like a club there, there's a hotel, there's a bar, restaurant, and everything. And, you know, this developed around, you know, Clarksdale, around Route 68 and Route 49 in Clarksdale. But all the references, even Son House himself says that Robert Johnson met and made the deal with the devil near the river.
Mike, were you there?
On Route 1 and Route 8, okay, in Rosedale. And even the Robert Johnson tune, Crossroads, references Rosedale, not Clarksdale.
Well, there you
Makes
go.
sense.
So
Yeah,
well, that must be the commercial, Clarksdale. Well,
Right, that's right.
right? Well, but I saw Ralph Macchio, and I think his crossover was on Hollywood and Vine. Did you
That-
do
yeah,
that
I think so
film
too,
crossover?
yeah.
There's a lot.
Well, somewhere on a set there, you know.
There's a lot of different blues. You hear the Delta blues, the Memphis blues, the Chicago blues, the honky tonk blues. Is there a difference? What is the difference between all of these different types of blues?
Well, I can tell you what, I mean, I'm interested in what I still
Besides-
love is a lot of Delta blues and Chicago blues. And, you know, I get the Delta blues is really more stripped down, you know, and you get a lot of the acoustic and a lot of single one-on-one musicians. And then the Chicago blues seems to be more of like a band influence, a lot of harmonica and backing band.
But what about the 12 bar? I mean, is that particular to any genre of blues, the 12 bar, or is that just a...
No, not really, not really. I mean, the blues was born out of, you know, the slave experience in the fields, and it was, you know, a holler, a call and response.
Oh, right.
You know, very,
right.
you know, very simple, usually 1-4-5s. And I'd say after the mid-20s, more progressive blues started to, I just happened to have.
Laying
all
right
the
there.
different genres of, I mean, there's got to be at least 30 different genres of the blues.
Rattle off a few, like 5.
Who are you,
Acid
are
blues,
you Wikipedia,
African blues,
George?
Chicago blues, classic blues, contemporary R&B blues, country blues, bluegrass blues, Detroit blues, electric blues, gospel blues.
Well,
you know, so it's you know, but out of the slave experience, you know, it, like most musical forms, even the ones that were influenced by the blues, you know, take on this progressive, you know, turn with history.
And back in those days, you know, they didn't have money, so they used to build their own instruments.
Right.
From washboard tubs to washboard boards.
Abs.
Like take Mike.
Washboard abs.
Something I don't know anything about. Yeah.
Mike is a
Me and my-
washboard player,
me and my
and he's
boys
for
figure.
hire.
I am.
He could come to your house and do your laundry and sing to you at the same time. But anyway,
Yes.
they played cigar boxes. Here's a little cigar box guitar that I built.
Why don't you tell us about this? This
Yeah,
is
that
a
is
pretty
pretty
interesting
cool.
little.
Well-
Is that dovetailed? It looks like it's a dovetailed cigar
It's
box.
actually not. But yeah, it's a see-through neck to give it some support. You know, back in the day, they used all found object stuff. Paint can lid to give it that resonator sound. I have like pop rivets, a bolt over here. So it was all found stuff to make music back in the day because they couldn't.
It's beautiful.
That nut
really
is
beautiful.
a threaded rod.
It's
How
George, it's
cool
a,
is that?
It's a lamp nipple actually.
Holy cows!
Anyway,
Wow,
That's really beautiful,
Yeah,
Cowboy.
it is.
Thank
Great.
you.
I want one.
well, I have a few.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I feel a commercial coming.
Uh-oh.
But no, he uses those in our gigs, and really, they sound beautifully. They look
Hey, can
great.
we- can
I
we-
have one hanging on my wall at
Can
home
we
because
get
I
a
can't
little
play.
tune out of you guys? I know you guys just met.
No,
10
not
minutes
at all.
ago.
I didn't come
Yeah,
here.
we didn't come here to play.
You guys
though.
just
Yeah.
met like
He came with reams of paper, but nothing to play.
they came here 10 minutes ago.
Be happy to do a tune.
I would.
Speaking of,
I would play with you, but I don't have my sunglasses.
speaking, I think somebody mentioned Robert Johnson a little while ago.
Yeah.
I know I enjoy playing a good amount of his songs, and I think we might just have one for you. It's called Breaking Down Blues.
Go ahead.
What key are you gonna do that in?
guess we'll try it in A. Yeah, we'll do it in A. Try to help us out.
If I had my washboard, it happens to be tuned in A, but
You get
I'll
playing
just-
up here.
All right.
You don't mind if I chime in, do you?
Every time I'm walking down the street, some pretty mama start breaking down with me, start breaking down. Ooh, start breaking down. Stuff I gotta bust your brains out. It'll make you lose your mind.
George, you got a little something for us?
I love my baby, 99 degrees. She jump up and throw the pistol down on me, stop breaking down. Ooh, oh, stop breaking down. Yeah, stuff I gotta bust your brains out. Make you lose your mind.
Now, who was that like? Little Robert Johnson by Carlos Taborda and George Ennis. Woo! All right. That was pretty groovy,
That was
man.
You know, I do have one question though. You know, I heard that the blues you think would be from people who struggled in life, and you know that's why I'm a blues man, because I was divorced 3 times, man. So, I guess I'm just not, you know,
Well-
a musician, but that would make me a blues man. But I'm wondering, you look like a young guy there, Carlos. Where'd you get all that pain and angst from? I know George has a lot of pain and angst. Before we went on, he told me about it.
He's married to your sister.
But what about
Well,
you, Carlos?
that's a good question. You know, I've been asked that a few times. You know, and because I've been really into the blues, you know, since I was a kid. Really, I can remember, and I guess I think, like I've heard, you know, I think Sunhouse said it best. You know, you're just born with it. Really, you know, you're born with the blues, man. And when I heard my first record, you know, I got a few records and that I was passed down from my dad and my grandfather who loved the blues, and it was just an instant connection. You know, when
Yeah.
I heard that blues coming through, I mean, I almost get the hair standing up on my
Yeah,
neck
right,
right
right,
now.
right.
It's just
Yeah.
that emotion and the feeling, and